Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to use takes in Cinema 4D in the most efficient way. I'm going to be showing you how to use takes in one of my old scenes. Now this old scene is perfect to set up takes because I have a shot with a few different camera angles, and I also want to render out this bottle with a few different variations of colour with this texture. So this is a perfect project to show you how you'd capitalise on takes. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to go over to the actual takes manager. This is the take manager here. Now I'm just going to give you a quick brief of what takes are. So what takes are is basically it creates a variation from the main scene which you can add different parameters on. So you could select a different camera for one take, or you could select a different texture, or you could hide an object, or you could change the position of an object. I mean, the possibilities are endless with takes. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you the most efficient and easiest way to set up takes for kind of product renders like this, where you want a few different camera angles and you want a few different color variations of it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a few takes. I'm just going to create one for each color we're creating. So if I call this one green, I call this one blue and black. Three colors I'm going to be going with. Now, as you can see, we have these three takes, and if we select them, we see nothing's changing. That's because we haven't changed anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a override for each take. When I click on green, it's going to show a green shader. When I click on blue, it's going to change the base color to blue, and when I click black, it's going to change the base color to black. This is the most efficient way I find of doing it. There's also another way which you can do it, is you just duplicate the object 3 times and you just add a different texture, or you just duplicate your texture as well, or your material, and just change the color then. But I find that way it's very messy in your viewport, and you have lots of duplicate materials, and I just find this way more efficient. So to do this way, what we're going to do is we're going to select first on our green shader, and then we're going to select our materials which we want to change. So for example, I want to change the coat. I'm just going to delete this done before. So what you want to do is you want to get you can leave all the other areas of your Redshift material the same. Like I have a material blender here, I have some displacement, some noise, some ramp, that can all be left. It's just basically the base color which we're going to be changing. So it's going to be the exact same material apart from the color, which is what we want. So we're going to create 3, or how many materials you want. You're going to create a color node. So we just click that, and you can choose what color you would like. I would give it a test and just run a few colors to see what works. But I've gone with these 3 colors. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is when you actually viewing a take, you're not going to be able to change anything. It's all going to be grayed out, which is a good sign which you're on the take. So the first thing we do is we're going to get a shader switch node, and we're going to plug our 3 colors into the inputs. 1 inputs, and then inputs 2. And we plug the out color into the color. Now what this shader switch node is doing is it's choosing what shaders I want to plug into our standard Redshift material with a selector. So if it's selected 0, it's going to show green, 1 blue, 2 black. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this take to add an override. So each time we click on another one, it's going to basically keyframe that to switch onto a set color. So to do this, we want to make sure we're on the take which we want. So we're going to click on green, which we want to drive the green for this one. We're going to click onto our switch shader, and we're going to right click on shader select, and we're going to click override. Now once you click override on that, you're going to see that you're actually going to be able to edit this parameter, and you're also going to get a little override tab here. Now because we want green, and green is input shader 0, we're just going to leave that as it is. So we're going to click onto blue, and we're going to do the exact same, see it grays out again. We're going to click override, and we're going to click 1, which is our blue. Now you can see that's changed to blue. Click on black, override, and we change that to 2. Now if I just play our render viewport, you can see we're clicked on green, we got green. Click on blue, it should change to blue. We got blue. Obviously we need to do this on the other materials, but for our main one it's working. Click on black, we have black, which is perfect. Now we have that set up, what we want to do is we want to add our different shots as well, or different camera angles. So if we just click onto our green shots and we add a new take, no, not a new take, we want a new child take. So this child take is going to inherit all of the data from its main green take, because we haven't told what camera angle we want to use in this green take. But in this one we're going to call this shot 1. Shot 1, and we add a new child take to green and another one, because we've got 3 cameras. Name this shot 2, and we name this shot 3. Now these 3 camera angles are inheriting the green value. So what we want to do is on this little camera icon here, we want to select the shot, the camera angle. So we're going to select 3, we're going to select 2 for this one, and we're going to select 1 for this one. Then what we can do is if we just copy this and paste this up here, we can drag that into the blue and drag that into the black. So now if we watch this, we should see the shots changing. So we have shot 3, we have shot 2, and we have our first shot. And if we go into our shot 3 for blue, you see it's changing to blue. And we go into our shot 2 for black, it will change into black. When you're finished with all these takes and you want to render out your sequence, what you want to do is basically these little check marks, if you tick them for the shots you'd like to render out, and you've also got your render settings here, so you can inherit from your render settings which you've set up in your base render settings, or you can add custom render settings. But we're just going to inherit from our base render settings, and as you can see these are all checked. So if we hold down onto our render button and we render all marked takes, what that's going to do is it's going to render all of these check mark takes, and it just creates, it's just so much more efficient and quicker for rendering out batch renders for different variations of the same object. Now that is the all I want to explain in this video. I'm just going over the pure basics and kind of the concept of this. You can obviously expand it more, you can use those overrides to change lots of things. Obviously on here you'd want to do that same method we use for this material, and I just want to share this as it's a really efficient way rather than just creating duplicates of materials and objects. Thanks.